Hey guys, what's up? Spectre here, and I've been spending quite a bit of time playing Anthem between the closed alpha and closed beta, and I just wanted to share my impressions with you all, so let's jump in. I'm going to attempt to convey my experience, refute some things that people are saying online, and address some common concerns that you may have, because I think that many of the discussions that people are having online are just starting from the wrong place. While I was playing, a family member of mine asked, "Are you having fun?" And it was an interesting question. Was I enjoying being part of a closed beta? Was I swept up in the newness of a game and being blinded by that? Or was I having genuine fun? I took some time to answer and really considered it, and yes, I was enjoying myself. Match-made gameplay is incredibly satisfying when every member plays their role. Setting up teammates for combos and fighting bosses is incredibly fun. Even just the shooting is satisfying, with a healthy kick every time you open fire. Flying is an absolute delight, especially when you learn to manage your heat, keeping yourself aloft for longer. And eventually marrying flight with combat felt even better. It's an incredible way to get across the expansive world, and it's just so satisfying. I enjoyed tackling the Stronghold, fighting a massive boss that we couldn't just melt. It had distinct phases, we had to manage ads, target weak spots, and it felt like a proper boss fight, rather than an ultra-bullet spongy enemy with a different colored health bar. While I was flying across the world in free play and discovering new bits of lore, which are in-game rather than in a separate app or website, or completing story missions, or even challenging the strongholds, I was indeed enjoying myself. And in moments where my network connection faltered, or I simply had to step away from my PS4, I was hankering for more Anthem. The story missions I mentioned earlier were great, both in the alpha and beta. I won't speak too much about the alpha, as we technically aren't allowed to, but I found the cutscenes to be more immersive, entertaining, and they created real motivation, unlike a voice over a radio telling me why I should care about a mission. People are justifiably concerned about things like facial animations after Mass Effect Andromeda, and while I must point out that that game was handled by a completely different branch of BioWare, I can also say that this game handles facial animations well, so you can rest assured in that regard. The narrative conveyed through those missions was handled just as well. I found myself engaged by the sci-fi hijinks I got up to as a strange shaper device split my friend into multiple personalities, and we struggled to find a solution. The writing features equal parts levity and drama, hitting a nice sweet spot. While there are more serious themes in the game, characters still have a healthy sense of humor, which I find incredibly important. Destiny struggled from its inception, constantly ping-ponging between serious and humorous. Anthem has found a nice healthy middle ground early on. When I wasn't out and about, I was customizing my javelin. As soon as I jumped into the forge, I knew this was going to take up a huge chunk of my playtime. With armor sets to unlock and a near-endless library of color and material combinations, customizing your javelin is as fun as flying it. You can even pick what material each part of your suit is made of, and even how worn down it is. You'll be able to create armor and weapon loadouts and more. This has the potential to be a great thing for players, but it can be one of Anthem's greatest curses as well. And I suppose that brings us to the concern part of the video. Many have voiced the opinion that EA's habit of putting business before fans could be what tanks this entire game. Having experienced the core gameplay and having those concerns addressed, microtransactions remain my chief concern. They will be an Anthem. The only question that remains is just how many of the new cosmetics released after launch day will be pay-gated, and how much will they cost? And finally, will BioWare be able to either A, create enough content to placate the ravenous fans of shooter looters who tear through content like wildfire, or B, design engaging high-level content that players won't mind running through multiple times in order to kit themselves out with the best gear, MMO style, such as running through high-level content to gear up. In summation, I don't think we should be declaring or even asking, is Anthem good yet? There are more constructive and helpful questions that we can ask and more readily answer at this time. Is Anthem fun? Yes, I think so. I enjoyed my time playing and actively want to go back when I'm away from my console. Does it share the same animation issues as Mass Effect Andromeda? No, not at all. Should you continue to follow Anthem news and coverage? Yes, I think so. Having spent time with the game, I see its promise. Is it safe to be excited for Anthem? Yes, it is. I understand why gamers would be wary of devs and publishers, and I think consumers should educate themselves on a product and have a healthy dose of skepticism. But after playing Anthem for myself for multiple sessions, I didn't feel like this was a ripoff or grift designed to take advantage of gamers. It feels like a world built by BioWare, and one that's been formed taking past mistakes of shooter looters into account. And I'm personally really excited for everyone to experience it in the open beta and beyond. I just feel like many of the conversations and videos that I've seen online are more clickbaity than they are helpful, and I hope I've cleared up some things for you. If you have any more concerns or questions, let me know in the comments below, and make sure to check out my Anthem playlist for lore, news, and more. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.